No kitties are harmed in the making of this video. Only adorableness. Okay, so it is currently 7 days right now before the banner for Yoimiya, and no one knows what it is yet because the leakers get the information about 5 or 6 days before. So this is a full speculation video based on the weapon banner and the Yoimiya banner with no leaks whatsoever. Now, let's go into the past banner history. Now, the only thing we know about the Yoimiya banner is that Sayu is going to be on it. And by looking at the old banner history, we can kind of extrapolate what characters might potentially be on this banner. The most common banner character so far has been Barbara, with being on 4 total banners, and that's a ridiculous amount. Now, I highly doubt that Yoimiya's banner is going to have Barbara on it, but that means that Barbara's going to be on probably a banner sometime around Kokomi, or potentially around the same time as Ball, which would also suck. So hopefully Barbara's this banner if everybody's skipping. If nobody's not skipping, then obviously it's gonna be different. Barbara is a very big possibility and not at all wanted. Fortunately though, the most likely character that it's gonna be is Zhang Ling. The last time Zhang Ling was on a banner was the Hu Tao banner back in March, and she actually has not come back to any banner at all since then. So the most likely character that it could be is Zhang Ling. However, there has been a thing where multiple characters of the same element can be on the banner, like Ayaka and Changyang, and Barbara and Tartaglia rerun, Sucrose and Venti, etc. So there's gonna be no element conflict. At the start of the game, there potentially was some element conflict, so they wanted to like move away from that, but then they moved away to for the last, since like basically I think it was pretty much since the Hu Tao banner is when they started doing it. So since that point on, we basically got Zhang Ling a little more. So Zhang Ling is the most likely character on this banner. Now, a lot of people do want to have Shinku, of course, on this banner, and his last appearance was on the Eula banner with Beidou. And the thing is that Yoimiya and Shinku, just mentally in your head, kind of makes sense because of a Pyro character and a Hydro character together. But of course, there are some problems with that team composition versus internal cooldowns, as well as Pyro application, etc. So there are some issues with that team composition. So if MiHoYo is aware of that, they have not like put Shinku on the banner potentially because they're aware of it. Or they might be changing the internal cooldowns of Yoimiya prior to her release, and they might change it up, but we'll see. But I highly doubt that they will change her at all. The last time Shinku was on a banner before that was, of course, the Hu Tao banner, which would mean that the banner would actually be very, very similar to the Hu Tao banner in general. Now, Ningguang had a long gap between banners, although it took a very long time to come back around, and her rerun banner is, of course, right now on the Ayaka banner, so she's obviously not going to be in the mix. Jin Yang was about 4 banners ago, but again, that would be 2 Pyro characters on the banner, so I highly doubt that Jin Yang will be on the banner. The other option that it could be, which would be really, really unfortunate, which it does have some likeliness, is going to be Noelle. Noelle has been on 1, 2, 3, 4 banners already, so the 5th banner is possible for this time around, considering the distance between that and the Zhongli banner. Fischl's a pretty much unlikely option because she has been on 1, 2, 3, and 4 banners already as well, so Noelle and Fischl are kind of less likely, but for the distance, it's okay. Changyang is on this most recent banner, so of course he's not going to be out, neither is Yanfei. And they've never done a 2 gap for Rosaria, so there probably will never be a 2 gap for character banners for Rosaria on this banner, so she's definitely out. Seeing how Sayu is on the banner, Sucrose is probably not going to be on the banner at all because we've never seen 2 of 1 element typing on the banner. And the other character that could be potentially somewhat likely is Diona. Now, Diona is a character that's been out 3 total times so far, and Jin Yang has also been out a total of 2 times. Might get her 3rd run here coming up three times so far. So Diona might get her rerun relatively soon on this range. So Diona, the 3 likely possibilities that I see right now for the last slot are going to be Beidou, Shinku, and Diona for as far as the characters between them. And I very much think that Zhang Ling will probably be on the banner because of the distance between characters. The maximum distance is the one from Ningguang, and the same distance is going to be present for Zhang Ling. Oh crap, internet cord. Dude, the cat was like fully wrapped in the internet cord that time. This cat unplugs my internet like almost once a day. I love it, but like seriously, dude. It's too soon for a Bennett rerun because he was just on the recent banner. So I think the most likely option is going to be Zhang Ling, and then the next option, if I was hopeful, it would be Beidou. But we of course just got her for free, so she may not appear. But she is part of the Electro Kick setup, and since we just got her for free, I don't think she's going to be on the banner as well. It'll probably be either Shinku or Diona. And if that's the case, Sayu, Zhang Ling, and Shinku banner would be a very, very good banner. A Diona banner would also be welcome for a lot of people who are looking to just pick up a couple 4-stars while they tee up for ball. Now, in terms of the weapon banner, if we look at the old weapon banner stuff, the most recent banner, of course, is the Mist Splitter banner with the Skyward Spine, the Stringless, as well as a bunch of other options. But I'm just going to go with the 2 5-stars for now. We'll talk about 4-stars later. For the 2 5-stars, what's really interesting for all the weapons here, the most likely weapon, if we go back in time, after we got the Skyward Pride, the Amos Spell reruns, the Skyward Atlas, Summon Shaper, Unforged, Vortex Vanquisher, Skyward Harp, Wolf Gravestone, all these weapons. The next weapon on the list for this banner, the most likely 2 weapons are actually going to be the Primordial Jade Wing Spear and the Primordial Jade Cutter, because those are the weapons right before Staff of Homa and potentially Amos Bow rerun when Ganyu comes back around. I don't think they're going to have 2 bows on one banner as well for the next weapon banner, because we're going to have the new weapon, which is going to be, I don't remember the name. What's the name? Thundering Pulse. So probably not going to be an Amos Bow on this banner because of the Thundering Pulse. 2 of the same weapon has not happened yet. And the only other likely option is the Wolf Gravestone. Now, the Wolf Gravestone is a weapon that hasn't been on a banner since February. But, of course, we all remember the Staff of Homeless banner, and that banner was very brutal. So people have not really wanted the Wolf Gravestone back on a banner in quite some time. So on this banner, if they were looking to just do a throwaway item to give, let's say, Sayu a good weapon on that banner, that could be an option. However, it isn't necessarily the case that new 4-stars get a weapon on the banner. If we go back to April 28th, there is, of course, Yanfei getting the Memory of the Dust for this, but Zhongli rerun didn't get his weapon, so there are some caveats there. For the Tartagos rerun, of course, we got Rosaria being new, a brand new character, but didn't have a 4-star, another 5-star weapon, and of course had the Lost Prayer of the Sacred Winds. So it isn't 100% likely that a new character is going to have a guaranteed 4-star weapon, or so 5-star weapon equivalent for the 4-star character. So my thought process on this is it's between the Primordial Jade Cutter as well as the Primordial Jade Wing Spear for the banner. It makes the most possible sense because the last time, of course, was February 3rd that we had these weapons. The Jade Spear may be saved for a Zhao rerun on that time frame, but again, as I just mentioned, it is. If we look at the Zhongli rerun, it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have that same weapon tied to that same character. Whereas Venti's rerun, of course, had the Elegy of the End, Elegy for the End. So if they want to save Zhao's rerun, give the Jade Spear for Zhao, it could be a Jade Cutter on this banner. And if they don't want to save it and keep it more similar to the way they did the Zhongli run, it will, of course, be the Jade Spear as far as the most likely weapons, and the last option being the Wolf Gravestone. Now, the most unfortunate, but actually fortunate option for a lot of people would be the Skyward Blade. If the Skyward Blade was on this banner, that means it's the easiest skip of your fucking life, fam, and that makes it super nice. As far as 4-star weapons go, my guess, of course, between the 4-star weapons is it's going to be one of the 3 spears that are now on banners. There's the Lithic Spear, there's the Dragon's Bane and Favonius Lance. They've been kind of integrating the Lithic Spear every so often, and the last time the Lithic Spear came out was back in April, so potentially the Lithic Spear could come out again for this weapon banner. As far as swords go, we've had the Favonius Lance, the Alley Flash, etc., so it may not be one of those. It could be the Sacrificial Sword, because we haven't had a Sacrificial rerun in the longest time frame, so potentially could be the Sacrificial Sword. If you're thinking about that, maybe good there. It could also, if they wanted to do an Alley Flash rerun here, this is the only other options besides Lion's Roar, so one of these 3 weapons is going to be going to happen. Most likely Sacrificial, but unless I want to save that for another banner. If Shinku is on the banner, it'll probably be Sacrificial Sword as well. For Claymores, it's probably not going to be the Sacrificial Sword or the Bell. My guess is it's going to be the Lithic Blade or the Favonius Greatsword. That's what I would think. I'm not sure where Sayu is from besides Inazuma, so I don't think that this makes a ton of sense to run Lithic Blade again, so it would probably be the Favonius Greatsword, unless they want to be dicks and run the Bell with Sayu, which would be totally jerk mode, but I'm pretty sure it's Favonius. And then as far as catalysts go, the most likely weapon for catalyst, because we haven't seen it in forever, is going to be the Eye of Perception. It's probably going to be Eye of Perception. And then the last thing for the bows, it looks like we're probably going to get a rerun of either the Sacrificial Bow or the Favonius Warbow. That's my guess. Favonius Warbow has been out since March, so my guess is Favonius Warbow. If it's Diona on the banner, it'll probably be Favonius Warbow. That's the overall guesses that we have here. One more thing on the weapon banner, just notice this. It could potentially be Rust again, because that would be another weapon for Yoimiya. That could be the 4-star equivalent weapon. Who knows, maybe. But that's gonna do it for this video. My name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video for my full-on speculation with no leaks whatsoever, let me know if you want me to do this kind of video in the future. And of course, I will do so. And leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Have a great rest of your day, guys.